Hello everyone, and welcome to another weekly installment of Legal Talk with me, Megan. And today we're going to be talking about in-house teams and external counsel. At some point or other, it makes sense for a company to have a lawyer in-house, or in many cases, a whole team. A general counsel has many benefits. They can support your company vision, they can understand where you've come from and where you're going, and they can be your eyes and ears to shield you from any liabilities. General counsel can also pull from an external pool of knowledge. This supports either their own counsel, or it can help with a specific project, or it can even cover a maternity leave. 2020 has caused for many in-house teams to trim down, at least initially, and many GCs are working with less support while their workload either stays the same or it actually increases. After speaking with a few GCs myself, it's easy to understand how being isolated from their team can actually make it more difficult for them to complete their work. Even as we approach stage 3 of reopening, all of us, not just lawyers, are asking how various industries will change. We have the tech and we have the willingness to move beyond traditional methods and are now asking ourselves, what is the categorically best way to complete the tasks before us? The great thing about the answer to that question is that your options for external support have never looked brighter. So what are some of the options you have? Obviously, traditional firms remain the most common form of external counsel, as many GCs are personally familiar with how they operate. We're seeing the default choice of this traditional route change as technology develops and more flexible options present themselves. Traditional firms are often able to put a lot of manpower towards a project. When it takes bodies to work on a complex issue, there is an argument to be made here for why you would go the traditional route. This is not without certain pros and cons, of course. You may also consider integrating technology into your work processes. With the advancement and application of AI to things like contract generation, e-discovery, NLP for the purposes of predicting court case outcomes, we can expect to see a lot more of this in the future. But the cost of integration and the sheer fact that this type of tech does not work well for certain areas of practice means that we still have some ways to go before tech allows you to keep all of your work in-house. Which brings us to ALSPs, Alternative Legal Service Providers. A hybrid of the traditional firm model fused with the benefit of tech, or at times even more simply, a flat business model with little overhead. Oftentimes, these firms can pull from a deep knowledge pool as the model itself becomes more attractive to lawyers who are looking for a way to practice and have a third party manage a lot of their marketing and admin. In this industry, we see a lot of ALSPs have a very narrow scope in terms of their target client, or in other cases, they simply match you with a lawyer that is suitable to your needs. Buyer beware. There is a large difference between when you work with a firm that stands by the quality of their work done by their lawyers, as opposed to a matchmaking service. In case you were wondering, CEO Law remains one of the most flexible ALSPs available, and we're happy to say that many of the country's top lawyers work with us for a reason. If you're curious as to why and wish to speak further, of course, send me a direct message or email me for a conversation, and I'd be happy to chat with you. Other than that, we'll talk later in the week, and have a fantastic day.